Hello and welcome to another episode of Over the Hill mountain biking. Now today I am in the east of the Lake District. I'm riding out from the pretty little village of Askham and I'm making my way up onto the summit of Loadpot Hill. This is a fairly well-known route in the Lake District, but I'm going to make it a little bit different. I'm adding on a little extra loop at the end. Now we actually come back to Askham and then I do the loop, so if you're feeling strong you can do it. If you don't want to do it, then fine, you're back to where you started. The track that leaves Askham takes us up onto what I would call a common, and the track takes us over to Pooley Bridge. But about halfway across, we need to turn off left and head up towards Loadpot Hill. Now the problem is there's quite a few tracks up there, and I stupidly wasn't believing my GPS, and I was thinking it was taking me in the wrong direction. Now, more the fool me, because my GPS was correct and I was incorrect. I ended up in a more solid track, but I still was a little bit unsure as to if I was going the right direction or not. Luckily, I came across a friendly mountain biker who assured me that I was going the right direction after all. Alright. Can you help me? I'm trying to find my way up onto Loadpot Hill, basically.
Yeah, so if you go on the left there, that'll take you to...
As it happens, I was only a stone's throw from where I wanted to turn off in the first place. Now this track peels off. We're no longer heading towards Pooley Bridge. In fact, this track, if you followed it to its end, you would end up in Howtown along the shores of Ullswater. However, we're not going that far. I'm actually going to turn off this track as well and then make my way up onto Loadpot Hill, which basically is the hill you can see in front of me right here. This track takes us past an old stone circle called the Cockpit. I don't know if you can see some of the stones just on the left there as I'm going past. All right. This track can get quite busy in the summer months, but this being winter it wasn't too bad. Still, there were a fair few walkers about and runners. Hello. On it. All right. Shortly afterwards, I turned off left and started the long climb up to the summit of Loadpot Hill. Oh, bloody hell. Whew. That's quite a view. I don't know if the camera can pick all this out. There's a hell of a view over the distance. It's the Pennines, Crossfell distance with a load of cloud sitting on top of it. Swinging across. In the distance you can see Penrith, that factory that's pouring out, I don't know if it's smoke or steam probably. Further round is Pooley Bridge in the foreground here. Excuse me, with Ullswater just at the edge, the tip of it, spinning around. We have Carrick Fell in the distance. I can actually see that from my house in Carlisle. And further down you can just see, don't know if the camera can pick it out, a bit too low down, see Blencathra. Whew. That is a hell of a pull up there, even for an e-bike. Now there are a few boggy sections on this climb which take some negotiating, mainly on the lower slopes, but they weren't too bad, you can always get round them. Eventually the gradient slackens off a little bit and we do find a better graded path. However, unfortunately the easier gradient doesn't last very long, as you will see. Not far from the summit of Loadpot Hill, the gradient ramps up quite considerably, leading to a section that is pretty much unrideable, even for an e-bike, in boost and in the smallest gear. No chance. Holy cow. Whew. This review. These two bikers coming up behind me. Wonderful view. Looking down onto Helvellyn Fell in the foreground. Also water in the background. Spinning around in the distance with snow. On the top is Helvellyn. Quite hazy today, unfortunately. We still get some great views. Don't do anything with e-bikes. When it comes to hike a bike, alright, bastard. And eventually we reach the summit. Right, way up ahead is High Street. You could, if you want, legally carry on, ride all the way up there, all the way down, down to Ambleside, Windermere. But I think I'm taking this track here, or this one here, not this one, could be that one or that one, not quite sure. Oh, there's my trusty steed. Ooh. Oh, that's a hell of a climb. Glad I was on an e-bike, I'm sure. Oh. Wonderful views. It's a shame it's so hazy. Even let's see the Solway in the distance, looking over towards Scotland. I think I'll go this way. Sure, my GPS will tell me. Beep or buzz or do whatever it does. The indistinct little track that started out widens out to be a more obvious track, and we're rewarded with a fantastic long grassy descent. The middle section of this descent tends to level off slightly, and unfortunately also has quite a few boggy sections which you have to negotiate. But luckily they're not too bad, at least they weren't when I was there anyway.
Very boggy.
Then towards the bottom it tends to dry out and get steeper again. This is a fun descent, all on grassy tracks and not technical at all. And it was about this point that I nearly got taken out by a border collie. It came barrelling down the hillside and almost ran into me. I honestly don't think it knew I was there, and it only stopped when its owner called it.
Hello, collie. All right. We run over a collie. Oh, and back onto the tarmac.
Now this may be back on the tarmac, but this happens to be one of the best road descents that I've done in a long time. Hardly any cars and long sweeping bends. It's just pure fun. With only the occasional slow-moving farmer and his border collie to negotiate.
All right.
Eventually we end up on a bigger road, but not for very long, as we soon turn off into a fun little bridleway.
Morning. Oh, it was fun. Short, but fun.
And eventually we end up back where we started, in the village of Askham. Now so far I've been following a route on my Garmin, but I decided to ditch that and do an extra little loop, as I said at the start of the video. It's not long, and I wasn't entirely sure where I was going. I was having to remember it from plotting it on Google Earth.
I think this is it. Yes.
this track takes us up to some holiday cottages, I think, and just before we get to those cottages we branch off onto the right onto a grassy bridleway. The track basically takes us back up onto the common, as I call it, between Askham and Pooley Bridge. I ended up riding up to a small cairn, which I basically turned left and headed back towards Askham.
So, you can see, to my right is where I rode up earlier. Time to head back down. Some belting views. Just go this way.
If you want to have a go at this route, I will put a Strava link to the route in the description below the video, so you can go and check it out.
Nice descent. Finish the ride off.
So, as ever, I always say, would I recommend this route? And the answer is yes. Mind you, you have to bear in mind that it is one hell of a slog up to Loadpot Hill. Mind you, the descent on the other side is good fun, and if you have the energy to do the extra little loop at the end, that final descent is great fun. So finally, all that is left to say is, if you did enjoy this video, please consider subscribing, and if you do, please also hit that notification bell, and you will be notified of any videos that I upload in future. So take care, peace, love, and I'll see you all in the next video.